Did you know the Department of Justice just cut millions in funding that's meant to help crime victims? In April, the Justice Department canceled 59 grants worth over $72 million. These grants provide housing, counseling, mental health support, and other services for victims of crime. These cuts have particularly harmed organizations that serve people with disabilities, people of color, immigrants, and other marginalized communities. For example, Raksha, a nonprofit helping the South Asian American community in Georgia, lost grants totaling $750,000. They are now forced to turn away domestic violence survivors seeking rental assistance. Another example is Activating Change, which helps crime victims with disabilities. It lost a number of grants, forcing it to cut sign language interpretation, law enforcement training, and other services. Massive cuts to victim services jeopardizes justice and safety for all. They may prolong emotional and financial instability. They may also perpetrate cycles of violence and re-victimization. Federal government support for crime victims has a long bipartisan history. In 1982, President Reagan created the Task Force on Victims of Crime. The task force identified a need for funding victim services that weren't being provided by the states. Congress agreed and passed the Victims of Crime Act 2 years later. This funding provides critical support for victims' needs, ranging from emergency food and housing to emotional and financial assistance. For more than 40 years, state, local, and tribal governments have relied on this funding to serve survivors. And while the Department of Justice claims that these cuts don't affect victims directly, that is not true. These cuts devastated nonprofit groups that provide vital support to victims across the country. But it's not too late for the administration to change course or for Congress to fight back. The Justice Department should immediately restore terminated grants and make sure that funding is there for communities that need it. And Congress should make sure it does so. Click the link in our bio to learn more.